Blind Planet Man here. Passenger side or driver's side axle. 2022 Cadillac XT6. I don't think there was any video online on YouTube that showed this vehicle. So I did a lot of searching to try to find something like this. Wasn't able to find a forum online. So consider this the first video on how to do the driver's side axle on I think it's a 21 or 22. It goes from like 21 to 24, but this model XT6. So like I said, I wasn't really able to find much, so we're going into this somewhat blind, but the way that it looks, this looks like it'll be pretty standard. Nothing extremely difficult. Doesn't look like anything really crazy, so let's get to it. What I'm probably gonna do is maybe undo these two bolts here, so then that way the whole arm can come forward, and then it'll give me some room. I don't think I'm gonna mess with the tie rod end. I'll probably just leave that go. So yes, actually that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take the caliper off. I'm gonna try to get it to come out this way. So I'm gonna take the caliper bracket off. These maybe like a 16 or 17 or so. Let's see what this is. This is a 19, so we're gonna use this as our base to see how much we gotta go. Alright, 17. Just like a standard kit. You know, really it doesn't really matter about the brand at this point, you know, especially like this nowadays. Like the brand, honestly, to me it really don't seem like, not even to like Snap-on and stuff like that, you know, it's but that's whatever, that's not really the point. The point is that when you have everything that you need in one spot, you're not going back and forth looking for tools, because that was me. I used to waste a lot of time. I'll tell you. Just going back and forth. I just did this just so I can release some pressure off of the pistons, so then the calipers are easy to come off. That's all that was. And it was a 17 millimeter for these. See, it just comes off nice and easy. I just put it on the wheel because the wheel's right there. Take these out here. Like I said, you really don't have to. You could probably just take off the bolts for the calipers directly. But for the sake of this being the first video on YouTube for this XT6 for the caliper or for the axle, I'm just gonna go through the motions of doing them all, or doing all the steps, so then that way no one feels that something is being missed. But if you know how to work on vehicles and you've done something like this before, you know what steps can be skipped. Like I said, I'm kind of going into this blind, but it still looks relatively the same. Alright, so next here is, like I said, we could probably just caliper the bracket on, because that doesn't seem like that's gonna really get in the way of anything. Alright, so next is gonna be these two bolts here. Well, actually, no, we should undo this first. We should undo the axle. This is a 36 millimeter. So oh yeah, I got some PB right here. Spray this down, give it a little hit. We'll just let that kind of soak up there. See what sizes these are here. They look like they might be 18s or 19s. Yeah, so this 18 doesn't fit. Or it's that 17, let's go with the 18. 18 on this side, 18 on that side. Alright, So what we're gonna do is find the 18 wrench right here, and have an 18 socket right here. Keep this there like that, because we're gonna hold on to this side. Like I said, 18. I could use the gun, but people might not have a gun. So I'm actually going to rotate this one down. So then that way, we're down here now. Instead of already being midway up travel. Hold on to this side of the wrench. See? Feels nice and easy there. Nice and easy. And then at this point, you could probably use a ratchet. So that's that side there. Do this side. This don't even feel that tight. So that's nice and loose there. Same with this side. Alright. So now we can grab our wrench. Or a ratchet, I mean. More than likely, this is gonna have to be dubbed over, regardless, because the wind plus the case that I'm using is not really meant for sound too much. I guess not for talking. This is just a GoPro Hero. That's it. It's a really old one. So, yeah, see now these are nice and loose. So if this is coming out fine, then it'll just be, it'll just be fine. But if it's not, then I'm gonna do a voice overlay, which if I do end up doing that, you wouldn't hear this anyway. Like I said, this is a 16 or 36. It's on there. Hold on. Comes off easy. Nice and good. If you do that, axle pushes in. I'm gonna spray in there anyway. Go forward. So we got that range. Alright. So next, we're going to want to, can this unplug from here? Because we don't want this to separate too much. And I finesse this out. Yes, I can. I'm not sure if I'll be able to catch this last one though. Okay, I just did that. Alright, so I guess it kind of like rocks in and locks in. Alright, so that's that one there. This needs to be picked out from the side, which is so funny because I thought I lost my pick. Able to find it again. we could probably get away with that. So now in theory, actually, what I probably should do, because once well no, what my plan was, or what will most likely happen, if I leave this sway bar end link on here, if I leave this on, once I undo this, the shock is gonna like spring backwards. It's gonna spring into like inbound, like towards the vehicle. So then now when I get the axle back in, I'm gonna have to lift up the whole knuckle and the whole hub and move it into position to get the bolts in, which that shouldn't be a problem anyway. So you could probably save, well, you wouldn't really save much of anything taking this off or just leaving it on, except for maybe like the couple minutes of fighting, of lifting up the whole hub and the knuckle to get into position for this to catch. But like I said, once you kind of catch one, then you can muscle the other ones on, and then you'll be alright. This part right here. See how we're able to move like that. Hammer here. Doesn't seem like it wants to move. Alright, so what we'll do is bottom one is spline. Ah, look, somebody was in here before. Somebody was in here before.